It's time to spring into something delicious with HelloFresh. Every week, you get fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and recipes delivered to your door. Get 16 free meals plus 3 free gifts with code FACE16 at hellofresh.com/FACE16. Dude, I fuck Sacramento Kings Orlando Magic. I don't get it.
What about the Coyotes? The Coyotes are moving to a stadium that seats 3,000 people.
No. Are you serious?
Yes, because they got kicked. They forgot to pay rent on their current stadium. And then they paid it. They're like, oh, it was a mistake. We just forgot. They're like, no, you fucking, for how this works, you guys just decided not to pay it. Fuck you. We're kicking you out. Even though we built this arena specifically for you, we're not going to let you lease here again. So they needed to panic make an arena, and the only arena in the area that they could go to is a college arena, and they'd have to like readjust it. So they'd remove, it's 5,000 seats currently, and they'd remove 2,000 seats to make it NHL like ready.
Yeah.
So they'll spend the next 3 years in a 3,000 seat arena.
That's insane. Their arena in like, I've been to that arena, like, you know, been like in that area, like where that arena is. It's huge. It's really nice. Everything's like built up around it and everything. Why would they stop? Why? That's insane.
They're terrible.
What's going to happen to the nice arena?
They said they're just going to try to pivot away and find other things to book through it. I don't know if that means musical events or what. But.
You know, change it to concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's built in the middle, like they built all like this dining and shopping and everything around. It's like in the middle of like, you know, it's like the way that every arena is now where like there's just shit around it.
You know what they should do?
Wow.
They should turn it into the world's largest Starbucks. It would be packed all the time.
We should just see if we can get the naming rights to the thing that isn't for the Coyotes anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Why Starbucks?
Because I've never been to a Starbucks that doesn't have a line of 400 cars in front of it. Clearly, there's demand.
You got to go to bookstores.
I like a well, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love books, but I don't think you're going to fill an arena with book fans.
No, I'm saying Starbucks. The Starbucks and bookstores never have lines. At least where I live.
Yeah, there's 0 cars at the Starbucks inside of a bookstore.
I will say this, like Austin is one of those like fucking, Austin's a foodie city, right? So they have like tons of, we're recording.
Heard that.
It's time. There's Gavin too. Anyway, Austin's a coffee city and they have a bunch of snobby coffee shops. But that being said, Starbucks has drive-thrus and every drive-thru is slammed. Morning, Gavin.
Good morning.
Good morning. Do you drive through for coffee?
Yeah, I drive through for coffee all the time.
They got rid of the fat-free fruit swirl, and they lost me.
You know what they have?
Changed their small pies. What?
Starbucks?
Yes, they used to have these mini apple pies. They were great.
Oh, what I'm a big fan of at Starbucks is the black coffee. And they still have it. Like, no matter when I go, no matter what time of day, if I can get through the line, there's a black coffee waiting for me. They never run out. They have that shit stocked to the gills. I appreciate it.
I didn't know until very recently that you could put cream in a black coffee. I thought it would lose its title of blackness.
What? Wait, what?
Huh?
I thought
what did you think it becomes?
Well, I thought that it immediately, once you put cream in it, it was no longer a black coffee. I thought a black coffee was just nothing but the coffee.
Isn't that what it is?
I think once you put in sugar, it no longer is a black coffee. Or is it cream as well?
What?
I don't know. I don't drink coffee.
I order black. I will say in Australia and other places outside of the U.S., if you put cream in a coffee or milk, they call it a flat white. Right?
Flat white. Okay.
So on some hemispheres, I think you're correct.
Okay.
You order a black coffee in Australia, they look at you like you're an asshole, and you're like, I get it, I am, but I'm not sure how.
Why would you get that reaction? You're creating less work, I'd assume. It's the most simplistic form of coffee.
Dude, I think in Australia they pride themselves on their work when it comes to coffee. That is
is that like commissioning a famous artist and just being like, hey, can you paint me a white canvas?
Yeah. They take it so fucking seriously over there. They're newer to the coffee game, but like I had a joke about this in Australia for stand up when we did the tour a couple years ago. They kicked out Starbucks Starbucks closed 70% of all of their coffee shops in Australia. It's the only place on earth that Starbucks isn't destroying. And it's just because the Australians are like, it's not good enough. We're that snobby about our coffee. They take it so seriously.
Every single Australian.
Yeah, pretty much. The whole continent.
Have you ever felt pressure when you're in like a restaurant of that type, like a Subway or something where you can customize your order to like add things that you feel like you're being judged if you don't have enough items on your meal or whatever, your drink, whatever it happens to be? The first time I went to Subway, I just had a turkey sandwich, just like plain, just bread and turkey, and it's maybe the most judged I've ever felt in my life.
Oh, because they like go down the line. And
yeah,
because
they go down the line and there's like, yep, no, don't want lettuce, don't want, peppers, don't want that, no cheese, not a big fan of cheese. No, you don't need to salt and pepper it either. Don't need to toast it. Just the bread and some turkey, please. Thank you.
Is that really what you would get there?
No, not now. I've evolved since then. But that was
Okay.
my first Subway experience. I was taken to a Subway and I ordered just a plain turkey, nothing else, just honey out, I think, or whatever the honey bread is.
I feel like Subway is one of the few places, not that I've eaten there the last 10 years, but it's one of the few places where I can get exactly what I want because they encourage like going down the line. If there's just a place with a menu and you have to like just say all the modifications up front, I don't ever do it because I just want to order something that's a number, typically.
I can't eat at Subway because their bread tastes like wet chemicals, but I agree with you in theory. You don't even have to, you just have to point at shit, you know? You know,
You know how
you just point at pickles.
McDonald's is like entirely consistent. No matter what country you're in, you can pretty much get what you're used to. Subway is in so many places. There are so many Subways around the earth, and they're all completely different.
Oh, yeah.
It's strange to me, like New Zealand makes a lot of the bread for Subway, and it blows my fucking mind, the idea of like you going into a Subway and leaving with bread that was made in an entirely different country. It's just so weird for me to process. Like where it was all sourced, like it's fucking wild.
I'll tell you the weird thing is how processed that bread is for it to be able to survive that trip. When Millie and I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge Subway fan, but when Millie and we went to vacation, like a daddy-daughter vacation to Iceland a couple years ago at this point, like maybe, I don't know, 3 or 7 or 12 years ago, whatever it was. And that city, I love Iceland, but Reykjavik shuts down at like 7 p.m., I feel like, or at least when we were there. And so there were like, we ate Subway almost every night because it was the only place open at like 8 p.m. And our food schedule was all backwards. And so I spent so much fucking time in the Subway in Reykjavik, Iceland. And it's not the same as the Subway in America, but it's also not good.
And I bet it was expensive as shit.
Yeah, probably.
What's your bread preference? What's your go-to bread?
In the world?
No, not in general, in Subway. Not generally. It's way too broad of a question. We're talking Subway. They've got like 6 breads.
I like the idea that there's something that's too broad of a question for us. Fucking white bread?
Just white bread? Okay, that's fine. I'm a flatbread guy. Doesn't sound like Gavin's been in there 10 years. In the last 10 years, that's fine. We'll move on.
Gavin hasn't been there since they've had 6 breads.
Ooh.
I always pick the third bread.
The third bread is always the best bread.
No, like 90% of the time, the third bread's the best bread. Dude, you want to talk about good-ass bread, though? Do they have Jersey Mike's up in Canada?
No, not where I live, at least.
Oh, dude, if you ever get a chance to eat Jersey Mike's, rosemary parm, that bread, it's a shame you can only eat it once.
I don't know if this is controversial. I'm a Quiznos guy.
Quiznos good.
I like me a Quiznos. I like Quiznos. They've got a honey mustard chicken sub. Fantastic. It's perfect. Best sandwich out there, in my opinion.
Oh, hey, by the way, should we talk? Should we start the show? Yeah, it's 8:06.
6:06.
Well, I mean, we're started.
Why are we doing this?
Deal. Yeah, here's the deal. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Face Podcast. My name is Geoff Ramsey, and I sure am happy you're along for the ride today. Along with us in the car, Andrew Panton over there in Canada, Gavin Free in Austin, Texas, by way of Her Majesty's England, and in the background, making everything work, we got Eric and Nick, and we're all awake at 8 in the morning, having fun and fellowship together. Wanted to start our day off right. The best way to start your day off is with a little bit of face. We agree. So everybody got up at 8 o'clock for us here in Texas, 6 a.m. for Andrew.
Bazinga.
Weird that not sure who recommended that we start at 6 a.m. for Andrew, but I love it, and he's been in a great mood all morning.
I'm great. I just didn't sleep.
Yeah, it's definitely my fault that it's at 8 a.m., but was it my suggestion? I think it might have been.
I think it might have been.
It might be a double whammy.
It might have been. Well, I'm excited, though. This is going to be an interesting process of a day. I didn't sleep. I don't know what recording. I expected the morning one to be the one I suffered. It might be the evening. We might have a complete flip of what I thought would happen.
How many hours till we record again?
12, 13, 14?
13, 14 hours till we record the next episode.
We're going to record another one. So we're doing the morning, the zany morning face show. And then
it was put to us that we had to do 3 this week. And someone wanted to do 2 on Tuesday, but I'm busy all of Tuesday. So we decided just to put it at either end of the busy.
Yeah, we're just going to make you a little extra busy.
We sandwiched the busy.
So we're doing 1 at 8 a.m. and 1 at 10 p.m. And
11
I'm filming
p.m.
in between.
11 p.m. It's at 11.
11.
It's 11.
I thought it was 10 too. I looked last night and then laughed when I saw it was 11 for you guys. It was great.
No, it's 11. That's it. We fuck Andrew, and then he at the beginning of the day, and he fucks us at the end of the day. That's how it works. And then nobody's happy.
I assume we all woke up within the last hour, right?
I haven't slept.
7. Yeah, that was my first question.
Look, right? 6 isn't 3 a.m. Like 3, yeah,
Okay.
stay up, right?
No,
6 is like the next day. It's the next morning.
No. Listen, Quarry boy. I tried to go to sleep and I kept waking up every 45 minutes that I slept through my alarm. So I said, fuck it, I'm just going to stay up. And so I've just been up since 2 a.m.
What have you been doing? What have you been doing with your time?
I just largely in the bathtub, just stretched out in the bathtub in the general call, waiting to see what was going on. I said,
What time did you join the call?
I joined the call. I tweeted whenever I tweet at 3 a.m. that I'm joining the call for pleasantries. I've been in the call since 3 a.m. I've been ready for pleasantries. I'm a very pleasant morning.
The way you handle something that could be just solved with 2 alarms is unbelievable.
I set 3 of them. I didn't trust him.
Can you imagine not trusting 3 alarms?
Here's what I don't trust about it. I changed all of my fucking alert noises to Gavin going, ooh, oh no. And I wasn't sure if the alarm would also be that. And I think I would sleep through that. So I was having reoccurring nightmares essentially of sleeping through the show. So then I couldn't get to sleep. And I thought if I'm only going to sleep at 30-minute bursts, I don't know what, I'll be more tired doing that, I think, than if I just stay up. So
I'll tell you who's apparently the most tired out of all of us is, I just looked over, is my co-pilot, Henry Hatfield. He is, he's in his normal little daybed that he sits in where he squeaks, and he's just fucking snoring away. He is out of it. It is way too early in the morning for him. He's like, I'm not ready to clock in on the squeaks yet. Boss.
He's going to be disappointed later that he missed one.
Yeah, he is. He goes to bed early too, so I doubt he'll be up at 11 p.m. tonight.
Well, Andrew, I think you've wrecked yourself here because you have work to do between the recording.
No, I'm not. I think I'm sharper than I've ever been with this approach. I'm excited for the sandwich of a day and of a bet. I realized I don't have anything to lose, I think, based on what we've talked about before. I guess the losing is just having to do the work.
What is the bet?
So we were playing Halo last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked Gavin a question. And his response, I said, I think I could have had a million guesses. And I wouldn't have ever said what the answer to the question was.
I mean, do you want to just say the question?
I don't remember what the question was.
Oh yeah, well, Andrew's always asking very inquisitive questions while we play Halo. He's we get to know each other even still to this point.
Of course.
He asked me why I was interested in, or how I got into slow-mo, what made me interested in it. And I said it was an episode of Tom and Jerry where I think Tom makes some sort of high-speed camera to catch a very fast mouse that's eating the cheese that he can't see with his human eyes or cat eyes. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And that was the first thing that got me intrigued by it as a child. And Andrew said that in a million guesses, he wouldn't have guessed Tom and Jerry. And I said to him, I don't think you could name a million things. Tom and Jerry would have to be in there because I don't think he could name a million other things.
I think he's greatly underestimating how many things I know. I know
I
so
put
many
it to
things.
him. I put it to him that given a day, he couldn't even name 20,000 things.
So how do you name 20,000 things?
I'm going to open a Word document and I'm just going to start writing the things I know.
Can you do a favor? Can I add to this?
Of course.
After you complete your Word document, can you record yourself saying the 20,000 things?
That's a great idea.
I would love to release that as a piece of content.
So I didn't consider
Andrew's
that.
20,000 things.
So the bet is if I can complete the 20,000 things, Gavin has to print them at home in his own printer. We had a debate about font size. It has to be a single-digit font size.
It can be no higher than font size 9.
No higher than font size.
And I don't know how many pages that's going to be, but I'm very excited. I'm committed to this, but we need to clarify a few things. So we just need to make sure the rules. I don't want to break any rules or cheat. So what are the rules? What are the restrictions? I can't copy and paste.
You can't copy and paste. I think you can't just like Google things.
I'm not allowed to Google at all.
I think you just have to sit in front of a notepad, and just think away at 20,000 different things.
What if I walk away for a little bit and I get inspired? Like, what if a seagull flies by my window and I'm like,
fine,
that's a thing.
Absolutely fine.
Okay, so it's anything that I can think of as well as what I encounter in the world without specifically searching for it.
Yeah, and you can't just write a list of words. Like, a word isn't a thing.
Okay.
But you could write Google. Google's a thing.
Google
is a thing. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to Google 20,000 things and see what it says.
Okay, what about, can I do multiple things? If they're different things, but they're written the same?
What do you mean?
Can I claim pork and beans the food and pork and beans the Weezer song?
Yes.
Yeah, two different
Those are
things.
two things. Okay. Fucking easy. I could do this by the time we're done recording.
This is going to index really high on Google, by the way, when we release this, because the number one thing when you search for 20,000 things is just 20,000 things you can buy with $20,000.
Huh. I should have.
In my head, Andrew's going to be flying out of the gate, thing. It's going to be crazy. It's not going to stop. But after about 4,000 things, a few hours in, I think he's really going to be struggling for things.
You think 4,000 is the line I'm going to hit?
Yeah, I think that'll be your wall.
Do you think like that's like the bad part of the marathon when you're like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm at mile 19. I can't believe I have 7 more to go.
Well, because you've got to have all this done by 11 p.m. tonight.
Yes.
So how many hours till, what is that? That's going to be
12, 13
hours. So 20,000 divided by 13 is 1,538 things an hour.
Divided by 60.
Okay. I have another question.
25 things a minute.
Oh, you can do a thing every 2 seconds. That's fine.
I have another rules clarification.
Yeah.
I don't have a portable computer. If I go on the road, can I use my phone and then copy and paste what I wrote in my phone to my Word document?
Well, here's the thing that you're going to want is you're going to want access to the Word document, because I assume you want to have a system where I assume you want to have a system. My computer's freaking out. Sorry, it's like flashing in my face. It's like blinding me. I don't know what's going on. It's like so much.
Not only
My computer always does this at 8:16 every morning. You're just never awake to see it.
I've never seen a computer issue cause somebody to have a human issue. Like you lost the inability to speak because your computer was broken.
Now, what it is that my screensaver tries to start, but it freaks out for like 5 seconds, flashing shit in my face before it actually starts. Here's what you're going to want. You're going to want it so that when you press enter, it like increments one number.
Yes, I agree.
You're going to want it counted as you go. So either you need a Google Doc or you need a Word doc that you can...
I think Google Doc.
Well, okay. Who has to verify that there's 20,000 if that breaks? Is it me? Do I have to do that independently later? Because I'm saying, let's say we get to 6 o'clock and I'm running out of things. If I just go to a bookstore and just look around at the books, can't bring my computer with me. Do I have to catalog that? Well, first of all, can I copy and paste if I write on my phone to then my computer? And then do I have to catalog that properly within my time limit, or can I do that after?
It seems like Eric is wanting to chime in with some rules here.
Just use a Google Doc. You can get the numbered thing because you can take a Google Doc on your phone. And
that's a great point.
You don't have to copy and paste anything. It's in a cloud, which is not a place, but a thing that you can access. And then I'm telling you, the numbering is on you. I'm being crystal clear. The numbering from the beginning, it better start with 1 and go sequentially. Okay. This is not Oh man, it started numbering and then it became dots. It better be numbers front to back.
Here's another clarification. Do I need to label the specific things? Can I just write pork and beans twice, or do I have to write pork and beans song? And beans
you have
food?
Yeah, because we're not going to go through 20,000 things and go, what did you mean by pork and beans twice? And you go, I don't know, because when we started this, you said, I don't remember the question you asked me. So yeah, clarify the best that you can.
Yeah, we're going to have to search for duplicates at the end, right?
Yeah.
To make sure. And if there are two of the same entry without an in brackets clarification of two different things, then we've got a problem.
Right. I think I should get a window to clarify, and if I can't, then that's clearly I fucked up. And I will take a loss on that.
And worst case scenario, if he doesn't number it, we can always just copy it and paste it into Excel and count the
Okay,
rows.
if he doesn't number it, then Geoff can copy it and paste it into Excel. I don't know why you would give. I don't know why you would give him an inch. Why? Why would you give him an inch? I learned this from Gus. Why would you give him an inch? Why? To what? To whose benefit?
Hopefully the audience.
The insane.
Google Docs. I'll make this right now. Things I know. I don't know many things, but I do know a lot of things.
I don't know many things, but I do know exactly 20,000.
Yes. How many do you think I'll get, Geoff? What do you think of the odds of this coming together?
I think you'll get as far into this as your decision to watch all of season 2 of Salt Lake City, Real Housewives. So I imagine 1. You'll get 1 in.
I'm trying.
Yeah. It's
What
hard.
happens if I win?
Nothing. We didn't. That was a mistake, I think, on your end, is we agreed to the terms. And I think my punishment is that I spent my day attempting to write 20,000 things that I know. At every point of, especially the fact that I haven't really slept going into this day, at every moment of this day after we're done recording, you will know exactly what I'm trying to do.
Oh, and unless you knock out 20,000 things by lunch.
That's true.
Oh, dude, write down lunch. That's one of the things.
That's a great. I'm
he's
thinking
just
about
randomly-
all the breads in Subway.
Since we decided this, he's been texting me just the occasional thing.
Got to stretch my prowess. Got to show him I'm the real deal.
Earlier this week, he he just texted me Wheel of Fortune, paprika.
It's 2 different things right there.
I wrote egg, Tiananmen Square.
He's just giving me options. I don't know what he's doing. He's not taking this seriously. I can't wait to see how many pages this fucking 20,000 thing is.
I don't know
excited
if
to
it's,
read it.
I can't figure out, because it's such a weird task. I can't figure out whether it's really difficult or really easy.
I think it's impossible.
You think it's impossible?
You're not going to do this. You're not going to come close.
You think it's impossible?
I'll be amazed if you get to 3,000.
Really?
You're going to lose your mind.
I don't think so. I'm excited to present this list later.
It's a funny idea for about 20 minutes, and then you look up and you're like, I still have 12 hours, and I'm behind. I got to get going.
That's your miscalculation. I don't think this is funny at all. I just think this is going to be a thing I can do. I don't think it's going to be difficult. I don't think it's amusing going in.
I'm just so interested to find out where you stopped, because you're going to have so many things ready to go in your head. You're literally not going to stop typing at the beginning until you don't have a word ready to go.
So what's...
And I'm fascinated to know, is that 50 words in, or is that 1,000? I don't know. I have no idea when that'll be for you.
So how many? What's the math on this? I need 25 words a minute for the entirety of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
a lot.
the longer you're on this podcast, the less time you have.
That's a lot.
Oh, that's true. I calculated 13 hours, but it'll be 12 hours when. No, is that right?
I got a heart out now.
Well, I mean, we might. Who knows how long we're going to go for this?
I do. I know how long I'll be here. Got words to write. I got a document to make. 3,000. You could be right. I could be greatly. It reminds me of there's in the challenge, one of the eliminations was you had to lift a thing filled with random items, and one of the items was watermelons. So like the 2 people had to go back and forth and be like, I can lift 40 watermelons, and eventually one of you would say, do it. And if you did it, then the other person was eliminated. And if you couldn't, then you were eliminated. And I think they got to like 33 watermelons, and the guy's like, do it. And the other guy just lifted it effortlessly. And he was like, I guess I don't really know what a watermelon weighs. Like there's no, I've never considered. So we're going to find out. I could be greatly overestimating this word thing. The math is the problem.
Why don't we do a test minute?
No, I can't do a test minute.
What if we just start a minute? You have to name vocally, and this is great practice, things endlessly for the minute. Could you do it?
Well, I'm in the dark, so this is gonna be I'd rather be in light to do. Okay,
Turn the lights on.
Turn the light on.
Oh
I'll start your timer.
no. Wait,
pay your
do
electric
these
bill?
count? Can I write these? I did pay my electric bill. Can I write these down
this could
right
be
now?
This could be preliminary work.
So I get 1 minute right now, and I could put in whatever I want to
For the
in this
next minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you
Okay,
gonna type
let
as you say, or are you gonna just say?
I think I'm gonna type. I'm gonna type as I say.
Okay.
I made a Google Doc. I don't want to do that. I want to make a spreadsheet. Go to Google Spreadsheets. So 1 minute.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want.
And I'll give you the go ahead, and I'll time it for a minute.
Okay, this is gonna be. I didn't expect this. This is a sneaky tactic by you. You caught me off my game. I was not prepared for this. Okay.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
I'm loading in right now. I'm not even gonna name the spreadsheet. Okay. Ready.
So stupid.
Give,
All right.
give me a countdown. Give me a countdown for 1 minute. You better have
And
a
you have to
stopwatch up.
say out loud as you type, so we can
Okay.
hear. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Vin Diesel, chimpanzee, hockey, skateboarding, Tony Hawk, Bob Burnquist, Rodney Mullen, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I'm actually talking faster than I'm typing, so I just wrote skateboarding 2 times in a row. Tony Hawk, Bob Burnquist. I'm not even. Oh God, I'm falling apart. Okay, I'm just gonna rapidly talk. How much time do I have left?
25 seconds.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, Tony Hawk Pro Skater American Wasteland, Tony Hawk Pro Skater Ride, Guitar Hero 2, Guitar Hero 3, Guitar Hero Aerosmith Edition, Guitar Hero AC/DC, Rock Band 2, Rock Band 3, Rock Band The Beatles Rock Band, bass guitar.
Oh, stop.
Oh,
Did anybody have a count on how many things that was?
I couldn't. I had lost the ability to type at 4. I spelt Tony Hawk, Tony HWAK, and I spelt chimpanzee with a J.
I think I counted 17 things.
There's
or
no
Tony
way.
Tony
It was
Whack.
just 17. I did. I wrote Tony Whack.
So it's become clear that Andrew can get there if he knows 20,000 athletes in video games. That's it.
Ooh, I at least know 1,000 of those.
That's a pretty good technique. Numbering different iterations of the same thing is smart
Yeah.
because they are different things.
Yeah.
Vastly different things.
Halo 5 is very different from Halo Reach.
Did I even touch on Halo? You're just giving me Halo now, Geoff. You just gave
Come
me like
on,
7
man.
games.
I think it's
You gave
safe.
me 7 games.
This fucking bet came from Halo. I assumed it would be in there. Introduction. Talk about how your business is off to a good start this year, but you realize things aren't getting any less crazy. Well, both of those statements are true. Face is doing better than ever right now. We're in a growth period, and things are definitely not getting any less crazy. We are making stuff. We are releasing bonus content. We're inventing products. We're doing it all, and online shipping is a big part of that, and it's not going to slow down anytime soon. Is your business ready to keep up the pace? Well, with ShipStation, you'll never worry about shipping again. What a thing. Think about all the worrying you do about shipping right now. Think of it, encapsulate it, put it into a ball, like a little ball of tinfoil, and then throw it behind you because it's in the past. You don't give a shit about stress anymore when it's related to shipping. Make the switch to a solution that handles all of your shipping needs quickly, affordably, and painlessly. ShipStation is already trusted by over 100,000 e-commerce sellers. It's like Advil for your shipping. Keep track of orders for any sales channel. Easily find the best shipping carrier with deeply discounted rates. Automate just about any shipping task with just a few clicks. Click, 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 click. My favorite thing about ShipStation is the ease of use and the money you save. Speaking of saving money, Why not also save time by funneling all of your orders into one simple interface? No matter where you're selling, manage every order, Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or your own website from anywhere, even at the beach, even on your phone at the library. No more headaches from dealing with returns and return tracking. ShipStation just makes it easy. So save your sanity knowing that your orders are being handled and you're getting the best rates, and make shipping the easy part of having an online store. So ship in less time with ShipStation. Use my offer code FACE to get a 60-day free trial. That is 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in FACE. That's FACE. ShipStation. Make ship happen.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Relationships take work. A lot of us will drop anything to go help someone we care about. We'll go out of our way to treat other people well, but how often do we give ourselves the same treatment? It's really important to focus on yourself as much as you do other people, whether that be self-care or therapy. It's just making the same investment is vital, or else, in my experience, you will burn out. This month, BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to take care of your most important relationship, the one you have with yourself. Whether it's hitting the gym, making time for your haircut, or even trying therapy, you are your greatest asset. So invest the time and effort into yourself like you do for other people. If you are on the fence, or if you've been thinking about trying therapy, I would highly recommend it. It's something that made a big impact in my life, and I would hope that it does the same for you. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Face listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/face. That's BETTERHELP.com/face. Thank you. So that's my day. What about you guys? What are your plans for the day? What's
I actually, I need to make an apology to Gavin real fast.
Ooh.
Oh.
Gavin, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nah, that was sincere. I really am sorry.
Do I know what this is in reference to?
Oh, do I have to say why? Oh, shit.
It's
Typically.
in general. It's generic.
Why do you think I would be sorry?
Is it because when you were mad, but I didn't realize you were mad?
No, that's funny. That was just me being funny. I was only pretend mad anyway. When I told you I was taking a time out from our friendship. And then you started texting me, and I told you I would only respond to you during work hours because we're coworkers.
Yeah.
I wanted just to add some additional context to that, Geoff. We were playing Halo at that time, or maybe it was after, and Gavin was like, I think Jeff's really mad at us. I think he's mad at me. There's genuine concern in Gavin's part that you.
Oh,
you were
good.
upset.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I was worried.
I get it. I'm the best friend anybody could have. I would hate to fuck that up too. No, I apologize to you, Gavin, because when we planned this, I promised, I said that I was going to get up early and I was going to drive to get breakfast for you, and I was going to take it to your house. And I was going to leave it at your house.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't, but it was on the agenda. I actually had a plan. I was going to go yesterday, and I was going to buy a bunch of cucumbers, and I was going to stick them in a bag, and then I was going to throw. I was going to go to Taco or some taco place, get a couple breakfast tacos, throw them in a bag with cucumbers, and I was going to scale the side of your house, throw them in there, and then leave, and then tell you on camera, like while we were in the podcast, that there were tacos waiting for you. Oh. I didn't get to it because of I had a bad day yesterday, and it threw me off my game. But do you guys remember? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think I'm fine with that apology because it's sort of you messing with me. You're apologizing for not messing with me.
Yeah, I mean the tacos would have still been good tacos.
That's true. If you'd have replaced them entirely with cucumbers.
There would have been cucumbers and real tacos. I just have decided that I'm never going to put anything on your front door unless it includes cucumbers from here on out. You guys remember how like for about a solid year I had just a tremendous amount of teeth problems?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh no.
I hesitate.
Oh my God.
To say this.
No.
Do you guys remember that root canal I got that took
Which one?
the 5 root canals in one tooth.
Not the surprise other root canal.
No, not the other 2, but the initial one that kicked it all off.
Yeah,
It took me 2 months. I didn't have a tooth.
Jeff has had so many root canals that it could be like a police lineup that we need to try to identify. There's like 7 of them.
It's like root canal 3 and 5. Please step forward and say, "Ow!"
Jeff root canal 2, Jeff root canal 3.
I was eating some hard candy on Saturday, and I bit on it, and I just had like a weird pain in the back of one of my molars, and I thought, that's weird, a little sensitive. And then Sunday, it started to be a little sore. Monday morning, I woke up from the pain at about 5 a.m., excruciating, and went to the dentist. And it's a long, like 6-hour story about just incompetence and shit going wrong. And usually I delight in telling those, but I don't want to yell right now because my mouth hurts, and I don't have the energy to be angry. So I'm not going to go into all the particular ways the dentist and the pharmacy and everyone in Austin fucked me over yesterday. But every one of you motherfuckers know who you are. Every single one of you knows what your incompetence did to me, knows the hours it took out of my life, knows the pain you caused me, and karma will find you. I'll tell you that right now. You 6 or 7 just miserable sons of bitches out there. It's not going to be me, but the universe will get revenge for what you've done to me. I'll just say that. That's all I'm going to say. For everything that went on yesterday, that's all I'm going to say. I'm too upset to get into it. But I went to the dentist eventually, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it looks like." I'm not going to get mad. Once I convinced them that it was the tooth that it was, I didn't have to fight with the lady anymore.
Is this the same dentist?
Well, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. I went to my dentist, and my dentist is no longer there. My dental company has a different name on it now. My dentist office, and most of the people are there, but my dentist is gone. And so all of a sudden, I have a new dentist under. I have no idea what happened there, but it made me think about a story, which I can get into later. So anyway, I got to meet a new dentist yesterday under a new name because my dental company is now something else, and they took an X-ray eventually. When they figured out how to take X-rays at the place where they take X-rays all day, every day. And they were like, "Oh yeah, it looks like when you had your root canal, maybe that sometimes there can be like a side channel that doesn't get seen, wasn't showed up. And anyway, so you've got like a little infection there. So we'll just need to go in and take that out." And I go, "Please do, because this is like, I'm in excruciating pain." And she's like, "Well, I can't, you're going to have to go to the endodontist who did it last time because they have like a special equipment to get into this thing. And so, best of luck." And so I called the endodontist. Eventually, there were a bunch of points of failure between these times. And when I eventually convinced them to give me the correct endodontist, I argued that successfully. The endodontist was like, "Yeah, we can see you next Thursday." And I was like, "Boy, I'm in a lot of pain today." And they're like, "Yeah, cool. We'll hold on to that, and we'll see you next Thursday." So I called every endodontist in Austin, and no one can see me. Ironically, every endodontist in the city, in the 11th largest city of America, Austin, Texas, every endodontist has an appointment next Thursday. But nothing between now and next Thursday. Like probably 30 endodontists, all are free next Thursday.
Do you think that
very
only open
busy,
on Thursdays?
Very busy between now and then. Some of them, not all of them. Anyway, the pain was unbearable. I asked for pain meds, to which they refused to give me. So I am, but they did give me antibiotics, and they swore that the antibiotics mixed with Motrin would help it go away. And so yesterday was one of the most painful days of my life. And eventually it did go away, and I was able to get to sleep. And so far, so good this morning, although it's tentative. But yeah, I got to get another root canal next Thursday. I got to re-root canal my rooted canal because they didn't root canal. The first 5 times weren't enough. So next Thursday, I'm getting my first and hopefully only root canal of 2022. Thought the other 3 were behind me. Thought the 13 months of hell dental hell were behind me, but turns out it was just there was like a little bomb waiting in my mouth to explode.
At what point do you just pull them all out and get a completely fake set of teeth?
I don't know. Soon. Fucking who needs teeth?
I feel like you may be close to setting a record for the most root canals on a singular tooth. You have to be near it.
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't even like this fucking tooth anymore. No, this would be, I mean, one root canal that took 5 sessions, right? And then, so this will be and this will be retreating that canal. So this will be the 6th time they've drilled into this tooth for this problem.
Do you have a ranking of teeth? Do you have a favorite tooth?
I have a least favorite tooth. I'll tell you that.
There's a bottom tier.
Yeah. I will say on the bright side, one piece of good news. We haven't really talked about it, but one piece of good news. Guess who tested negative for COVID today? Finally.
Yay.
Hey.
13 days straight testing positive with no symptoms.
And this was an at-home test, or is this like
at-home test? After this, I'm gonna leave and go get a test at Rooster Teeth. But yeah, finally, my first negative. I've been living in my spare bedroom for 2 weeks, not interacting with my girlfriend. Interacting with Millie because she was also had it for a little bit, but she got better weeks ago or forever ago. So yeah, as of today, I can. By the way, people don't give a shit about COVID. I told the dentist, I'm like, I'm testing positive for COVID, but I don't have symptoms. I haven't in over a week, and they're like, we don't give a fuck. Come on in. So
wow,
yeah,
that's interesting.
And they're in your mouth.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking too.
Where it is.
Yeah, they were like, eh.
Do you think that there's any connection to that and everybody on the planet only willing to see you in a future Thursday? Do you think there's any connection?
I don't know.
Maybe that's what did it. Maybe a little bit of COVID got in your tooth.
So I Googled that at 5 a.m. when I was in excruciating pain. And Google has some people that are saying that, but then I talked to the dentist and the dentist was like, that's stupid. So who knows?
Imagine if that created a new variant.
Yeah. Goddamn. Enamelcron.
Well, that sucks. That's the worst.
No, it's great. I don't have COVID anymore. It's awesome. The other part sucks. Yeah.
The other thing.
I know. I'm just trying to be positive.
Is there any? I don't understand how dentistry works. Why haven't you just pulled that tooth at this point? What is the reason for keeping it? Why are we holding on to this tooth?
I assume I need it to chew and stuff.
I feel like you certainly have enough of other teeth.
I mean, I'd rather, when in
that.
doubt, keep your teeth. I think
for sure. I think we've crossed the line of doubt, though. I guess that's where I'd put the statement.
I'll also be honest with you, man. I got a lot of time and money invested in this tooth. I'm not giving up on it. I'm not letting it throw in the tooth towel. Fuck no. I am bound and determined that this will be the only time I do this year, though.
Well, Andrew, do you have you seem to have very little experience with a dentist. Do you have your wisdom teeth and stuff?
Yes, I do. I haven't had them removed.
And they're fine? They didn't come in like all messed up?
No, yeah, well, I don't, yeah, I think I'm good. I'm heavily relying on those wisdom teeth for the 20,000 words. I put a lot of effort. I've banked on that wisdom specifically. Wisdom teeth is, I'm going to make a mental note of that. That's the thing.
There you go. All the different teeth.
No, what if I name my teeth? Can I credit each tooth?
If the first 500 things you write are sequential to this podcast, we'll know you were cheating and writing shit down now, but while the podcast was going.
Oh, he'll have to mix them up in the spreadsheet to throw.
Yeah, if he writes like cucumber, bag, taco, breakfast, tooth, COVID, negative, positive test. We're gonna know, buddy.
Root canal.
Canal.
That's 3 things right there. Just think of all the compound words you can turn into 3 things.
That's amazing. What would you? So you're invested in this tooth. Is there any thought of, if you pulled it, turning it into something else? You're a chain guy. Would you ever have like the tooth on a chain, like maybe a gold? Could you dip it in gold? What could you do with this tooth?
If I were to have this tooth removed, what I would do is I would put it in a trebuchet and I would launch it to the moon. I want it as far away from me and this planet and our atmosphere and the gravity of Earth as possible. I would like to break through and launch it into deep space, and I would like it to float through eternity every day, getting further and further away from my mouth. You're either in my mouth or you are against my mouth. And if you are against my mouth, you better get as far the fuck away from my mouth as you can muster. And don't ever stop. It's not far enough. No matter how far you've traveled through the universe, it's not far enough away. Keep going.
Now, outside of the things in your mouth, is there anything else against your mouth, or is everything against your mouth currently in your mouth?
There's nothing against my mouth right now.
Okay.
I have a Tooth and I are having a bit of a disagreement that's been going on for about 15 months, but we're going to work it out through a lot of pain, a lot of drilling, a lot of discomfort, a lot of sweating, a lot of gripping the seat and praying that like waiting to raise my hand because it still hurts. All that, all the trauma that I've endured over the last year and a half ahead of me next week. I'm supposed to go out of town this weekend. How the fuck am I?
So are we gonna have to move Face on Thursday?
No, it's at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, great.
Faces or
no. My tooth deal is at 7:30, and I've done half of the podcasts I've done have been after a root canal. So I
that's true.
Are we recording normal time Thursday? I assume.
If Gavin can,
are
you around to record, Geoff?
I think so.
Okay,
I'm excited. We got MVP 2 on the calendar. We got a second movie. We got some stuff on the calendar. I'm very looking forward to.
Yeah, we did some. So when does the supplemental piece that we recorded come out? When we organized today?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know when is that coming out.
Hopefully, it comes out before this, so people understand what goes into planning anything. Which, by the way, I would like to say, if the audience has watched that or listened to that like 20, 25 minute little thing we did, that wasn't for content, right? That's just what it's like. We just decided to record because we had just been recording, but that's what it's like for Eric. I would say 7 out of 10 times he has to schedule anything for us. But Eric could weigh in on that.
Yeah, by the time this is out, so this is episode number 92. This will be out the first week of March. That supplemental piece will have come out after 91, so on the like the 25th, 26th. So you can listen to that now. Just know that we started rolling on that probably halfway through the conversation of trying to get that scheduled. So before what you hear, there's another 15 minutes of trying to get an answer and trying to get things scheduled. So we just decided, I guess we'll just start rolling on this and see what happens halfway through trying to figure it out. And that like what happened just now was a very small piece of that where, hey, will you be here for for Thursday when we do this episode? And Gavin just gave a maybe.
But as established, a maybe is a yes.
Just
I feel very strongly about.
The way today and tomorrow go will determine that.
Well, is there any way we can influence today to go well? Like, do you need help?
We can push it.
I can be on set again.
We can push it later to guarantee that I'll be there.
The recording?
Yeah.
For next Thursday?
Yeah.
For the 17th? You want to push it later?
Well, if you want a definite answer.
Yeah, I mean, we can push it later if you need to.
Hold on, let me
This Thursday, right?
Wait, this Thursday? Are you talking about the 10th or the 17th?
I think we're talking the 10th here. We're talking this week, I assume, and not next
I thought we were talking about
we were talking whenever
the
Geoff
17th.
has his thing.
That's the 17th.
I thought it was the 17th.
Oh.
Geoff said next Thursday is when he can get his tooth worked on.
That's on me. Hey, I haven't slept. That's on me. I missed that. I thought we were talking this Thursday.
Don't use that as an excuse. You said you feel great. You feel sharper than ever.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to say, well, I didn't sleep.
Listen,
you're firing on all cylinders.
This is a
Write
knife
down cylinder.
that is dulled quickly. This is a dull knife at this stage. We're slowly going through.
I think that minute you did really...
That minute, Gavin strategically took the wind out of my sails in that minute, is what that was.
Write down wind, write down sails.
I was not ready for it. He made me sprint in a marathon, and I got to regather. I've hit that wall.
Andrew, I've also found out, is bailing on this weekend's Donkey Kong.
What?
No.
That's not true. That's not
Nick,
true.
can you go ahead and isolate that for the soundboard? The what? No, we'll need that. That's a good one.
What are you thinking? Okay. That's not true. I never, this weekend is a no-go. Cannot do this weekend. And that was established. So if I did say that, I think you misheard. I think I said the weekend after the one that episode came out on.
Right, but it came out today.
Yeah, the weekend after. So it would be not this weekend, the following weekend.
The weekend after the episode is this weekend.
The weekend after.
Okay.
The week of the episode.
So you're doing, so you were strategic in that.
Yes, this is a weekend. I can't. I have stuff. Can't do it this weekend.
It's busy, man.
Established. Right. So the following weekend. But then I think we have this exact same conversation in the next one we record, and it is the same day. It's just more clear. In your defense of being confused, I remember feeling confused after establishing that because I knew there was one weekend in February I couldn't do. But yeah, I'm not worried about that either. I think that'll be easy. I'm excited.
And as a reminder, you're playing all the way to the end of Donkey Kong 64.
All the way to the end, to the credits. Can we...
44 hours to do it.
44 hours to do it.
We're really... Okay, 44 hours. That's a great point. We're also really bad at... So if I win, you have to wear 64 pieces of clothing on an RT podcast. What happens if I lose?
You have to eat 64 bananas.
Oh, you have to
eat one every day.
I have to eat a banana every day for 64 days. Okay, thank you. Stakes have been reset. We know the schedule.
I can't imagine what day 65 is going to be like for you. Like, will it be the best non-banana day of your life? Or will you be like, yeah, I'm kind of used to bananas now. I'm kind of missing.
I think he'll miss them
anyway. I think so, too. I think he'll become a banana stan.
I don't like the texture. The taste is okay.
Dude, remember, he said bananas. He didn't say what kind of bananas. There are more than 1,000 different variants of bananas.
That's true. We did go over that.
It's like apples. People just don't realize everybody's all in on the Cavendish banana. I think it's Cavendish, right? But there's many different textures and styles and colors and shapes of banana. Maybe not shapes, but the other parts for you to explore.
What's your favorite banana shape?
Apple. Would you enjoy a banana if it was shaped like an apple and had you peeled it in the same way?
What do you mean? Like it just looks like an apple, but everything else about it is a banana?
Yeah.
No, my issue with the banana isn't the visual of the banana.
It's the texture.
I actually think the visual of the banana is pretty good. I think it's visually a pretty appealing fruit.
I agree.
It's fun to open.
It is.
I had a banana yesterday. It was fucking awesome. What's so funny about that?
That's
just a lot of passion.
Yeah, well, it's soft, man. I can't. If I look at if you make eye contact with my tooth, it knows.
I'm so bummed that you have to go through that again.
Yeah, me too. It's the fucking worst. It's my own personal hell. It is really, I'm not even kidding, like the worst thing that I can imagine. I felt such a sense of relief to be finally done with all of that nightmare, especially after the last tooth, the last root canal was pretty rough. I thought, well, at least that was the last one. I can't yell because of the pain, but yeah. I'm gonna go insane. I get that movie Joker now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like enthused banana Geoff. If that's a byproduct of this tooth issue.
I'm always
eating a banana. Well, I know, but it's a different. Your delivery of it was fucking awesome. Was like you looking out into a field or something like a grizzled banana vet. It was fucking
I got the
reminiscing about the good old days. Like I had a banana the other day.
I've got that 1,000-yard potassium stare. You guys know the phrase 1,000-yard stare comes from the military. Are you familiar with that phrase?
I associate it with that, but I don't.
Yeah, it's like it's a phrase that they say like guys in the military who have killed people in action, who have been in battle, have what's called a 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah,
where they just kind of see through things. That's fucking real. I knew a lot of dudes in the army that had that. That is, yeah. I don't know. I don't know anybody who was in combat who didn't have that.
Is it just a case of like when there's nothing else to think about, your mind just goes back to that and you just stare off into the distance?
I think it must
Jesus
be, right?
Christ.
Where it's like, it's always, I never really talked about it. Well, I had one friend who had it bad, and I talked about it with him a little bit, but yeah, he was a gunner on a helicopter in Panama, and he in some incursion, and yeah, he was like, he would get choked up if he talked about it too much. But yeah, dude, if you just like idle time, they would just sit, and I can't imagine the horrors replaying through their minds. But
This has to be the only time in the history of the world in which a person was expecting to hear a banana fact and instead was sideswiped by the horrors of war.
Well, listen, we don't talk about it a lot, but I spent 5 years in the United States Army, so I got it is a
totally
part
fair.
of my past.
I just was not prepared for that. I was I was still thinking about the potassium stare and the banana peels. I was thinking Mario Kart, and
Do you guys know?
Very real.
Do you guys know where the origin of slipping on banana peels came from?
No.
So I have a faulty memory, so I'm going to be going off memory. But so I may be getting a few facts wrong, but I believe around the turn of the century, turn of the 19th century, 20th century, littering was a huge fucking deal in New York. And people would just throw trash around. And I guess bananas were very popular because they were cheap and easy to come by, and you could carry them around. They had a handle. And people were throwing fucking banana peels and trash all over the street. So they started to say, like, if you throw a banana peel on the ground, they're not slippery, but you could slip and break your leg. It was like a scare tactic to get people to stop littering.
But they are slippery. Have you ever stood on one?
No. Maybe.
They're
I don't think I've
slippery.
ever slipped on a banana peel. Here we go. I fucking got it right here. Hold on. Hazard. Okay. In comical context, banana peel is also part of a classic physical comedy slapstick visual gag, the slipping of the banana peel. The gag was already seen as classic in 1920s America. It is traced back to the late 19th century when banana peel waste was considered a public hazard in a number of American towns. Although banana peel slipping jokes date back to the 1850s, they became more popular beginning in the 1860s, where large-scale importation of bananas made them more readily available. Slipping on banana peels... Oh. I guess it says slipping on a banana peel was at one point a real concern with municipal ordinances governing the disposal of the peel. Yeah. So I guess it is from a little bit of truth.
Maybe that's why the caution wet sign is yellow. Think about that. All goes back to the banana.
I love oh, well, check it out. Before banana peel jokes came into vogue, orange peels and sometimes peach skins were generally seen as funny as well as dangerous as well.
So it's just a fruit problem. Fruit is
It's a
slippery.
fruit problem. And no, it's a fucking people are disgusting problem is what it is. People were littering in such droves that they had to do something about it.
At least it's biodegradable.
That's true.
I was really expecting that to be a war story. I'm really like my reads for where these
Don't know what
banana
to
tails are
expect.
gonna go. Yeah, I have no sense of it. This isn't a Bob for me. I had a terrible guidance on if we're going to horrors of war, actual fun banana facts.
I don't think I have any more fun banana facts. Hold on.
Is the banana the
fun-
slipperiest fruit? It's definitely the most, like, it's the poster for slippery fruit.
I mean, as someone who worked in a supermarket, I watched a lot of old people eat it on grapes. It was like when I was at work at Waitrose, it was my like number one area to check because one grape goes on the floor and an old lady will bite it. I was making a pass every like 10, 15 minutes under the grapes, just making because people are animals. People are there picking through the grapes. They eat them, they drop them, they don't give a shit. People go down.
Did you guys know that bananas are radioactive? They contain small amounts of the isotope potassium-40.
Back to banana facts.
It is, yeah. Well, I think when originally the 64 banana talk was happening, Gavin was scared I'd die from radiation poisoning.
It
Like,
says
64
for it
bananas.
to be harmful, you need to eat close to 700 bananas a day for 80 years.
Oh, damn.
Better get to it.
Can
Andrew,
you
we got
imagine-
another bet, Andrew.
That's, yeah. I was about to say, can you imagine somebody who's like 30 years into it? We've been trying to get him to stop for 30 years, but he just will not stop eating 700 bananas a day.
Dude, bananas cure depression. If somebody ate 700 bananas a day, they'd be the most mentally adjusted person on earth.
I mean, okay, if it kills you in 80 years, it's a pretty good life.
It's a pretty good life.
80 years? I'd take 80 years. Guaranteed 80.
If that was something taking 80 years to kill you. Like oxygen does that. Anything does that.
That's a good point.
If I was playing Deal or No Deal and the banker offered 80 years, I would take 80 years. I'd be good with that.
For life?
For life, yeah.
How long do you think you're going to live?
Oh, man, why do we always have conversations about
how long do you
dying?
It's 8 a.m. How long do you plan on living?
As long as humanly possible. I don't know. There's factors. Yeah.
I'm going to live. We've had this. We used to have this talk all the time back in the day. Gavin wants to die someday. I don't. I want to live forever. I want them to put my brain in something, Ted Williams style, and I upload my consciousness like that upload show. I want to live for fucking ever. And part of why I try so hard at my career is so that I can amass enough money to buy immortality someday. And I'm not anywhere close, by the way.
Some people live so long they watch their kids die of old age, and I think that's tragic. I don't think that's how long a human should live.
What if I would just appreciate that if Millie lived one day longer than me? Now I want her to live forever times like plus whatever. I don't want her to die a day after me. I don't want her to die ever. But I don't plan on outliving Millie. I plan on her living the same genetics. She's gonna live just as long as I will.
It reminds me of
why do you want to live so long?
Because I'm curious about stuff. I'm still life is still fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, but if you put in 500 years, you'll be an old man for 420 years of it.
Who cares, dude? The Celtics are still going to be playing. I still got basketball to watch. I still got bananas to eat. They're soft. I still got teeth to drill. Like I still got life to live. I got enough. I have enough enthusiasm and energy and curiosity to live 10 lives concurrently, dude. One is not gonna be enough.
It reminds me of Colin Quinn had a heart attack. He's like 60 or whatever at this point, and he was like, "Yeah, I had a heart attack, and I realized now I'm gonna die." Like up until this point, I was kind of on the fence if that was gonna happen to me, but now I feel pretty confidently one day I will die. I appreciate your enthusiasm for living.
What's the point if you're not going to be excited about it?
No, it's completely fair.
I'm excited about the next 50 years.
Do you know how many fucking Donkey Kong games are going to come out in the next 500 years for you guys to do challenges on?
What I do know is we need to wrap up the show so I can start writing words down. We're coming up on an hour. I need all the time I can get that minute.
So we should end this episode with a countdown.
Ooh, okay. But then we gotta wait a little bit because we have to fill some time. So maybe we should do the outro and then, or do we do the outro after the timer? When do we do the timer?
No, the
10,
outro.
9.
No. You got to do all the outro stuff first.
Hey, this is the outro. Thanks for listening to the Thanks Podcast. Tune in next week. For us, it'll be 11 hours from now, 12 hours from now. 8, 7,
said 8 twice.
6. We really appreciate you listening. We liked it so much we said 8 twice. That's 3 times. 6, 5, 4, 3. Love you bunches. Don't forget to eat your bananas. Potassium's cure depression. 2, 1. 7, 6. Why are we doing it again? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go. That's me. I don't know why I'm saying go. I'm so dumb that I thought the audience would know when it's 7 for me. I was like, we got to time this exactly. It doesn't fucking matter. This is gonna come out.
Oh, you were trying to make it land on.
Stop talking! It's over! It's done! What are you doing? You counted down.
He's right.
It's done.
All right, I'm gonna stop.
Bye.
Hey guys, minor league fan Jack here with a look at next week's episode of Face. The boys discuss proper flag etiquette. Geoff finds a new e-bike to blow up. Andrew doesn't understand Google Docs. The list begins with Vin Diesel. Discord has a closed loop G. Hanton is moving his bed. Gavin peed himself in front of a celebrity. And once again, Andrew does not eat the pencil. All that and more on next week's episode of Face.